So this presentation is on state of the industry, of the airline industry. My name is Gabriel Roca. I'm in the AVSC 2150 class. So this PowerPoint is to reveal and interpret how the state of the air transportation industry has been doing in the past 4 years. So the airline industry has had its ups and downs, and last year ICAO has this meeting every year, and their goal was a global profit of $18 billion. But the revenue they made, of those $746 billion last year, only an average net margin of those 746 billion, only 2.4% is the whole profit. So that means that it's less than $6 per passenger on profit that airlines make. So in capacity profit, net profit is the actual profit after working expenses, not including the calculation of gross profit that has been paid. That includes costs like pilots, air attendants, and other stuff that airlines have to pay. RPK demands measure in terms of revenue passenger miles per kilometers, and ASK capacity measure in available seats miles per kilometer. So in this graph that we just updated in the last 4 years, as you can see, our RPKs and ASKs have been higher than they were around 2008 and 2009. And I mean, that would include the downfall in our economy that we had around these 2 years. But then as the economy got better and overall relationships between airlines and these alliances that airlines now create, RPKs and ASKs have been growing, and also our net profit has been growing, as you can see in green lines. And you can see a trend that about every 4 years they go up and down. And you may ask yourself, why is that? But it actually is because airlines, when they make profit, they tend to buy new aircraft. And usually when they buy aircraft, it takes about 4 to 5 years to get these aircrafts. So in these 4 or 5 years, they start to lose money. And then once in 4 to 5 years, these airplanes come, then they start making profit again. But that's also one of the factors of how airlines make profit. But as you can see also that when there's not even profit made by airlines, they lose more money than they make money. So you may ask yourself, why is that? But it also includes to like oil prices, and like we were talking about, technology and aircraft, the airlines getting their aircraft in 45 years. So also another graph that's important, load factor margin. So net margin profit after working expenses, not included in the calculation of gross profit, has been paid. Load factor measures the capacity utilization of public transport services, in this case the airlines. And break-even load factor, the load-even factor necessary for airlines to break even. So this means them not even making a profit and not losing money. This is a function of the percent of seats filled at a particular yield versus the airline's operating costs. So talking about airplane seats are a dispensable product. So once an airplane takes off, they can't sell that seat again. So it's only a one-time thing. So even if an airline doesn't make a profit off that seat, it's better for them to sell it than get a profit and nobody buys it. So in this graph, also, the break-even load factor and the load factor. So at times when the load factor is higher and the break-even load factor is low, of course, airlines are making profit. Their net margin is higher. But there comes at times when the break-even load factor is higher than the load factor. So of course, this means that they're not even making profit. Especially in these big gaps, airlines start to lose more in their net margins. And also, we can see a trend in between these 4 to 5 years that they go up and down. So it's really never stable. And there comes a time when you might say, hey, look, they equal out. Like in 2008. Our economy wasn't good at the time too. And we have a bigger drop than the gain in these past 2 to 3 years when it's a bigger gap. Oil prices. Of course, oil was cheaper back in 1978. But if we look in between these 4 to 5 years, back when the economy was bad, also gas prices for cars were bad, really high, the price on the barrel was about $100, about $100 to $150 back in 2008. So that's why if we go back, airlines couldn't even make a profit. And back here, they were also losing money as the economy was bad and the oil prices were high, so that also didn't help out airlines to make a profit. But as you can see, the economy got a little better, so the price of oil got lower, and about the last month of 2014, the price of the barrel was about $30 per barrel, so that's also helping the industry make money nowadays. And also safety, of course. People tend not to fly if there's accidents. So 2001, most fatalities ever recorded in aviation history. It was about 539 fatalities. Of course, that was because of the 9/11 accident. But if we look now in the past 4 years, 2010 to 2014, the number of accidents there have been 129, but fatal accidents per 1,000 departures, 0. So really, if people see that out of all these accidents the news reporters usually put out, there's actually been 0 fatalities. So actually, airline safety records have been higher than before. And that is about it. So also aviation security, there's taxes and fees to that, and so we hope that in these 4 years that the industry has been growing. Hopefully we can try to maintain it stable and keep it rising, and hopefully there won't be no more bigger drops like the one in 2008.